In a large natural pool of clear, rippling water, an orange animal quickly surfaces and then dives back under. We follow it underwater to see 6 small newts swimming on the rocky bottom. Text reads, Sierra Newts, Extended Edition. The newts have smooth skin and are reddish-brown in color and resemble lizards. They each have 4 stubby legs and long tails. In a shallower area, 2 newts use their feet to paddle slowly just under the surface. We go underwater to follow one of the newts. It half swims, half crawls along the bottom, clambering over a clump of fern-like aquatic plants. Running the full length of its tail are 2 narrow fins, one on top and the other on the bottom. From under a nearby rock, another newt approaches. The second newt faces the first newt. It starts to climb over the first newt and then swims to one side. The 2 newts swim away from each other. We follow the second newt as it walks along the bottom. In a deeper part of the pool, we go underwater and see that the bottom is covered in rocks of different sizes. 2 newts swim between some of the larger rocks. The newts swish their tails back and forth to propel themselves through the water. One of the newts swims away from the large rocks toward a deeper, more open area. The newt swims a distance, passing another newt sitting on the bottom. We turn to look back at the large rocks where a newt floats at eye level, facing us. The newt abruptly turns and swims away toward the other newts. In a small rocky gully, a narrow stream flows and tumbles downhill. The water froths and bubbles as it descends a slope and splashes into a wide pool. We go under the surface, passing through turbulent water and then again in the calm area of the pool. 9 newts swim around on the flat, rocky bottom of the pool. 5 newts are twisted together in a wobbling ball. The ball of newts separates into 2 groups. More newts swim up and clasp each other or try to grab onto the newts in the ball. Other pairs of embracing newts drift by. A pair of clasped newts swims off into the distance. Patterns of sunlight ripple on the bottom of the pool, which is covered in light green, mossy plants. In the foreground, 3 newts continue to cling to each other and roll around on the bottom as 4 other newts hover close by. One of the other newts butts heads with another newt, pushing it away and out of view. Other newts poke around the ball of 3 newts, trying repeatedly from different angles and directions. The 3 clasped newts lie still on the bottom, seemingly ignoring the interruptions. In another pool of water, 5 newts hold on to each other in a squirming clump. The newts' bodies are reddish-brown on top and a lighter orange on their bellies. One newt clasps another from behind, wrapping its forelegs around the other newt's body. 3 other newts crowd around the pair, and the whole group flops around on the bottom of the pool. The clasped pair of newts breaks away from the group. Together, the pair swims away, briefly surfacing to breathe. The paired newts drift and swim through the clear water, wriggling their long bodies and tail fins to propel themselves. The 2 newts swim together just under the surface, then dive toward the rocks that clutter the bottom of the pool. Still clasped tightly together, they swim off toward the other side of the pool. Back in the deeper part of the pool, 2 clasped newts swim up from the rocks and up about 2 feet to the surface. They poke their heads into the air to take a breath and then swim away just beneath the surface. We follow them as they swim, going up briefly to see the shining sun before sinking back under. Near a grass-lined shore, we dip underwater again. Just below the surface are 2 clasped newts swimming away. Elsewhere, a newt clings to an underwater plant. The plant is a curtain of leafy fronds hanging down from an underwater rock. Several translucent egg sacs are attached to the fronds. Each sac contains dozens of tiny white eggs. Text appears on a black screen. Sierra Newts, Tarika Sierra, Yosemite National Park. Cut to footage of 2 newts. Text appears, extras. One of the newts swims up to the camera and floats, unmoving, looking straight at us. We move around a bit and the newt's head cranes up and around to keep watching us. In a stream with a strong current, a newt thrashes its tail rapidly, attempting to swim upstream. Suddenly, it is swept around a rock and down a short slope. We stand up to see a woman sitting downstream.
I just watched a newt get washed down there.
Text appears. Filmed February 21st, 2014. El Portal, California. Learn more at www.nps.gov/YOSE.